Good afternoon. We're having a wee afternoon stream. How you getting on? Today I just thought I'd do some interesting sort of stuff and play a couple of maybe some relaxing sort of games. Before tonight we play a bit of Dead by Daylight, you know, as we've been doing. So we'll be on a bit of Dead by Daylight tonight, but for today, for this afternoon, we're going to play some relaxing sort of stuff, hopefully. I don't know exactly how relaxing it is, we're going to find out. We're going to start with a game called Before Your Eyes. It's this game here. It looks quite interesting. I'm going to move myself up there. It did have some kind of webcam feed, but I don't think it works very well when I'm using OBS. I think it doesn't like being used in two different sources, I believe. So yeah, we can't use that function. But apparently, if you are using that, I think it uses some kind of eye tracking to work out when you're blinking and stuff. Apparently, if you're not doing that, you can kind of get it to simulate that by left-clicking. So we're just going to jump in, I think, and just see how this game is. And we'll probably play some other stuff too. I'm not entirely sure what yet. It's a relatively unplanned afternoon stream, as usual, really. But let's play this game, see what it's all about. Start a new game. Well, one of those windows pops up that asks you if you want to allow it access to public networks, and I'm like, why the hell would I want to do that? Oh, what's this now? I don't want that. Right, okay. Came up with some weird window. So where are we? We're floating. This is a game about blinking! See, every time you blink... So yeah, we can simulate blinking. Every time you blink, the game will notice. See how this works? Yeah. Try blinking on the white symbol. So as I say, in order to do it, I actually have to click. Because it's not working very well with the eye tracking if I'm doing this. But there we go, so we just got to look at these, click on these little eyes. When you see a metronome and blink, you'll jump forward. Oh, I see. Keep blinking. So this metronome's telling us to keep blinking. The game's a little bit loud for my liking. Turn that down just a touch. Where are we now? What's that? It's a boy. There's a boat. So what are we doing? I've no idea. Hopefully we'll get to grips with it as we go on.
That's mine.
What's going on? What's his? Some voice acting too. Get away, you mucky fowls! Oh, what's this guy, like a wolf?
A real bright and shiny one, aren't you?
I suppose so. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or
let's see what this is all about.
With, or nose to look down with.
Well, what am I? Just a massive eye or something?
We're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body,
alright, so I'm not in my body.
Still inside of you. If that makes any sense.
I suppose.
So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here.
So blinking is the way that we kind of do things.
You're a blinking genius.
I
knew you were special.
I'm a blinking genius.
See all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves?
Finally the,
I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get
finally the thing I needed someone to tell me.
Or, what's a better word?
I don't know. An idea? Notion, yeah?
Better word than that.
Intuition?
Premonition.
Premonition?
Soul's worth pulling up.
You had a premonition?
Now you see that tower out there?
Not really. Oh yeah, there, okay,
Scary one. That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper.
I don't want any gatekeeping. What are you doing?
I'm gonna present your case.
Everyone should be able to enjoy this game.
Story of your entire life, from proud to stern. Now, if she's impressed, I get paid the big coin, and you get.
Alright, so it's all about money for you, aye.
Magnificent city. If she
selling people's souls that you've fished out of the sea.
I eat seagull.
I guess I look like one of those things.
You. Well.
He's gonna eat seagull for dinner. You got fish? No, there's no fish in the water.
Best orator you'll find find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller.
Fantastic.
You meet. Oh, shut up, you trash
What are the birds saying?
bird. Had your chances. It wasn't my
This is
fault.
trash birds.
No good.
It's got like an oil pouring out of its eye or something. What's that about?
Unsatisfactory.
He's got a thesaurus to remind himself.
I got some words for you.
What is going on? What is this guy doing? You alright, pal? No, they're quiet for now. Good job. So the great seagull noises. They've definitely recorded real seagull
So
noise.
sure, maybe I'm not the most
Not
verbose
when they were, like, talking,
storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in.
Okay.
Your life. You're gonna show it to me.
Why?
I
No.
want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great.
You've got plenty of time. 5 minutes, yeah? That's all it'll take.
To the very beginning.
So like following, from what I can work out, it's like a thing following the life of
I'm gonna send
this
you there.
soul you're playing
But
as.
understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay. All right?
So that I guess he can decide whether this gatekeeper in this
We're
tower.
going to jump forward in time.
So yeah,
Second,
if we blink, we jump forward in time. Now, as I say, it does
how
have
this thing works.
like webcam integration and like eye
Alrighty then.
tracking, but the trouble is I can't
Hope he's
seem
ready
to
for
do
this.
it
Now,
because
the
I'm
next
playing the
time
game
you
on
blink,
OBS, because obviously I'm on
I'm gonna
OBS
send
with
you
it.
back. Now, don't be afraid. And
So
don't
the
try to
metronome
fight it.
tells me that I'm going to move if I blink.
The thing to remember about blinking is, well, it's only a matter of time.
So that sounds like it would be quite a good feature, or that it would make the game kind of
Just
annoying,
try to
maybe.
enjoy it this time.
You know, when you're playing normally and it's like catching when you blink. Just get some matchsticks. Get some matchsticks in your eyes and then you'll be alright. Don't blink!
Look
And
at
off we
that
go.
Sun.
No, you shouldn't look at the sun. Don't look at the
We've got a
sun.
long, beautiful day ahead
Don't
of
look at the
us.
sun. No,
Why are you smiling like that?
I don't know.
You must really like it out here.
So we're going to move forward in time. There's wee sailing boats. When did I get to see the sailboat? Okay. And now we're on the beach. I guess that's his mum. So are we a baby right now? There's a boat. Nothing.
Let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
Some seashells? Why has she got like a red triangle for a nose? Oh, off you go then. Just leave me lying here, aye.
Spiky plant over there?
Where? Oh, aye, yeah.
It's called an agave. 11 years from now.
So I can blink now and jump forward in time, but obviously I won't hear the conversation.
Tree, covered in flowers.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to keep our eyes on that one.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes out on that. Is this now going to be me moving forward in time?
Way, didn't it?
Or just to the rest of the day?
Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess.
I mean, I'm assuming we're a little kid because there's some children's shoes there.
Where's the first page of my piece?
Don't know, is that it there?
I can't find it anywhere.
The seagull has it!
Did I put it?
Get that bloody seagull! I can stole your pages. Seagulls in this game.
Okay.
They just take everything.
Go ahead, kid.
Go ahead, what?
Look at that. There's your little
It's me at
hand.
1! We handprint, look!
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea.
What, sit there completely
Something.
not knowing what's going on
Gross?
while you point a camera at me? Come on, Dad! Oh, blocks. Do.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Let's do that. No, I can't. Like, but you're not playing anything now.
I'm sure you'll be better than me soon enough.
Probably, yeah. You're kind of shit, to be honest. There's my wee boat. My wee boat.
Sounds good, honey.
Is it? Where are you? Oh, come on. TOS, mate.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Sounds great, honey. he says from the bathroom.
I like the music.
What do you like about it? I like the music. Well, it's entirely music. So what do I like about it?
like the person playing it.
All of it?
Yeah.
Oh, so the boat's like popping bubbles. I know there's a metronome there, but I think that's all that they're talking about. So we want to hear what they're saying before we move on. It's this.
Little face.
Oh look, it's a submarine. It's a boat. The cloud. He's seeing his boat in the clouds.
I don't know. Probably solving the problems of the universe.
It's probably solving the problems of the universe that a little kid doesn't even know about. You know, blissfully unaware.
Do you think he's going to be smart?
Well, that's following my
Alright.
cursor. Look. Oh, that's
You're
cool.
Pretty smart.
Are you? Are you sure? Are they sure that they're both smart?
Necessarily.
That's true. Not a great thing to say about your kid, to be fair, though. You know?
You're right.
Well, it doesn't mean he's going to be smart. Just because we are, doesn't mean he's going to be.
No, it's not derivative. At least I didn't think it was.
For music.
Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just
It's this
told?
boat. He's obsessed with this boat.
Right. No, I'm sorry.
It's
I
not a
guess
boat.
I
It's
just
just
put a
a,
lot of expectations.
just a load of smudges. Probably worth a lot of money, though.
Okay, I understand.
This painting, you know?
Thank you for considering my piece, John.
It's one of those wee tape
Really
recorders,
means
like,
a lot.
you'd have as a kid. You know? You could record, like, rubbish on with a really
Oh.
terrible microphone.
That's sure a little mess of color.
Shut up, Mum. It's a mess of colour. You're a mess of colour.
Hey, we do not throw things in this house.
I don't know what that even
If you're
means.
mad
She's a
you
mess.
aren't good enough yet. You'll just have
Fuck
to keep
you!
working at it.
What? If you're mad that you're not good enough at art yet at 1 year old, you need to fucking stop.
You'll be a real
Stop slamming down your easel. What?
Unlike your poor mom.
Yeah, exactly. So how about you not calling me rubbish at it, Mum? What? Oh, we got a wee scrapbook, aye. Some Beethoven and some weird stuff. That was weird. Baby grand piano includes easy to play music book.
See? That used to be my
Did
piano.
it? Alright, let's smash it instead then.
My dad gave it to me. He loved music.
Instead of the easel, let's break
Fled his
that.
home country just to have a chance to pursue it.
Oh,
God,
wonder where that was.
he made me practice so
Wonder where he came
much.
from.
I hated it at first.
Turn the page. Look at that. Beechcroft High School Choir. First Unitarian Universalist Church. December. $3 with the student card and $3.50 without. Wow, what a saving.
I think he hoped to make it further than conducting the high school choir.
So that was her dad's job,
Never said
choir
anything, though.
conductor.
He was what you might call the strong silent type.
In other words, he suffered without telling anybody anything that was wrong with him, which is not good.
Can you believe I grew up in the snow?
No.
And I came all the way out here to the beach.
Well, they just left you
I don't
outside.
even know how I got here. Your dad got his job and I just came
You don't
with
know how
him,
you... What?
like a human suitcase.
A human suitcase? That's weird. Right, what have we got
Hey,
now?
Benny. Are you
Okay,
going
what?
to see something really special?
Put it away.
I just don't want him to get attached.
Attached to what?
Richard.
What?
You're gonna get us a cat
Something
and
I've
then
never
pretend he's...
seen.
And then say he doesn't. You don't want him to get attached to a
We
cat.
can't keep him. Can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No.
She's allergic to cats.
Find someone to take
I found you a cat. Look, kid, here's a cat for you. You can have this
I
cat.
was here.
Except we're gonna send him away somewhere else. So don't get too attached.
Little Ernie. Fits him, doesn't it?
Was it little Ernie?
He's so sweet. I think someone likes his new cat.
I do, yeah. It's not my cat though, you just said. Stop saying your cat if you're not gonna let me keep
Yeah,
it.
I just mean.
I think this should be my cat. My cat.
Right. I believe that.
Where did you find this
know
cat,
where it's
mate?
going.
For now, honey.
Where did you find this cat?
But
You wear your work
another thing I'll
clothes at
just
home
say
as well.
Quickly, you build up a resistance to allergies over time. So what you're allergic to now, like that's why an allergy shot to give you what you're allergic to. So he's like a human allergy shot.
Hey, look,
full of
He's
love.
trying to convince.
Why
He's
not?
trying to convince that we should keep
Just
the cat.
considering.
That's fine.
Just
Okay, I
know,
agree. Yeah, we should keep the
as
cat.
of Now, he's gonna be sleeping on my pillow, and I'm not gonna be breathing.
Okay, cats don't steal your breath, you know.
You'll be breathing because you'll have developed a tolerance.
Uh,
Just said that,
Let's just take that
You can
risk.
sleep on
Take
my
that
pillow.
risk.
Fair?
Like you get a choice. There he is. Look. She's sneezing away in the background.
Now
Cat's
play
like,
the
I
C
don't
major
care.
chord I taught you.
C major.
Remember?
No. That's
There
not.
you
That's
go.
not. That's not a chord.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like
You
you
just
just
hit
wanna
the same
jump up
note
and
3
down?
times.
Now,
No.
what about C minor? You remember how to play that one?
Makes you want to jump up and down.
Very good. Just one
Okay.
note different. That
Just
one
one
sounds
note
sad,
different,
doesn't
but
it?
it's the entirely other end of the keyboard.
Amazing
So there you
what a
go.
difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Yeah. Like having a cat in the house when you're allergic. Yeah.
Sort of like me and your little friend on your piano there.
Yeah. He's a lovely cat. You leave him alone. You leave Ernie alone.
She was in grad school studying composition.
So that's when
I never met
that's when
anyone
our parents
like her.
met.
I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up.
Richard Bryn, 555-7233. I'm cheaper than hiring movers. Trust me. You know what? Course guide, Introduction to Biological Anthropology and the Maritime History of the Pacific. He's the instructor. Right, okay.
I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain
So he was her
gravitas
he was
in her eye,
our mum's professor at
which
college.
I very quickly lost.
This guy's something wrong with this guy. What have we got here? Egypt Airlines, so I guess they flew to Egypt.
God, she dragged me to so many places.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah. Did he wait until she'd finished her course before he did this?
Where would you want to go if you could only go to one?
I've been to Greece.
Now, you know the ancient Egyptians believed cats.
Where would you want to go if you could be
godlike
the only one? Well, I
powers.
don't want to go to a place I've already been then, do
Worship our
I?
little Ernie. Can you imagine? Sorry, Ernie. Born in the wrong time period, I guess.
Alright, leave Ernie alone. Ernie seems like he's had a hard life. Leave Ernie alone. Our Ernie. Leave our Ernie alone. What have we got now? There's a piano again. That's a good song. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's a bloody good song. Yeah, let's wreck the real piano. I mean, let's play the real piano. We'll be really good at it. What music have we got? The Passing Day.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out?
Yeah, we're playing it by just moving around the
Are you hearing this?
the thing. Look.
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear.
I've got to like move.
I mean, I was a gifted kid, but
Huh.
he's brilliant.
See, Mum, you tell me I'm
We
rubbish,
need to
right?
get him
And
into
look.
serious piano lessons.
Oh no, no wait, I don't know.
Sure.
No, I've changed my mind. I'm rubbish at playing this song now. Play something else.
What? I mean, in the city, sure. Not out here, I don't.
I mean, I know some.
Now they're like, no, he's got to learn to play the piano now professionally. I mean, if he's good at it, probably
No
should.
one
But
in this town knows anything.
nice. Had enough of these parents. These parents are horrible, though, huh? Cat's still here.
Oh God, I have my interview in 5 minutes, and I completely forgot to
Feed who? Completely forgot to feed who? The cat or me? Is that all? Oh, okay, you can do something there. Draw the cat!
Don't worry, I already did.
It's a perfect drawing of that cat. Just a
For a moment,
fantastic
I forgot what a
drawing.
great father you are.
Classified adverts. Some kind of help needed.
I got this.
There's some horrible baby breakfast. There you go, get it, get it. Get it, Ernie, get it. Okay. Oh,
Excuse me, of course, sir. It's all organized. in a
Still
folder,
sneezing.
sitting ready on
Oh,
the kitchen
yes.
table.
all of her
They were
folders are
literally
organized on the
steps
kitchen
to get
table.
in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning?
What could possibly happen to the much better drawing, look. Getting so much better at drawing stuff. You knock these folders off the table, please. Because it'll be hilarious. His mum's like really upset, really worried that she might mix up her papers, so knock them off the table. I mean, they're right there on the table, you know. I guess
Is
not.
he coming?
I'm flying him out in February,
Oh.
remember? You know, I think he was pretty
Sleepy
surprised
cat. Oh no,
I could
here he
actually
comes.
afford to do that.
Now we're going to draw him again.
You're a working woman now.
The last drawing was better than that
Yes, that's
drawing.
true.
L. Stevens,
Oh, yeah.
corporate accountant.
Yeah.
That'll be your mum. Now we've got some spaghetti.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Alright, Ernie now, come on, you do need to use the litter box. What? He's got one eye, so he can't use the litter box. You've had him for a while now.
This is called a metronome. We use it to measure time
There's
so
one.
we don't get lost in the music.
Lost in
I want you to
music.
start
Why
using
not?
it
Why do you not
before
want to get
Dad
lost in
comes
the
to
music,
visit.
though?
You know, my father once told
Welcome
me
home,
when
Dad.
I was about your age.
Uh-huh.
The
What did he
only
tell you?
way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
Yeah, it doesn't really fight back against time, to be honest, because you're still going to be dead.
So I asked him, "What about your children?" Thinking, you know, I might be.
That's a bit. Maybe that's a little bit of a cynical way to look at things.
Yes, I suppose.
If you make a work of
You
genius.
made a work of genius. I could live on through that as well.
No, he couldn't. Fuck him.
I haven't seen him in over 10 years.
She
Can you
talks
believe that?
like about her dad as if he's the best person in the world, but she's not seen him in over 10 years. Okay. What now? Let's get the phone. There's no kind of walking about or anything. It's pretty much just look around and see what's there. Can I do anything? Am I moving? I think I'm moving towards the phone. Sneaking towards the phone. And then just darkness. Nothing to see there, I guess. There we go. Piano pieces for children.
The metronome, okay?
Aye, right, okay. Fair enough.
Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
Fuck you. Oh, I see. I see. So if you follow the little lit up bit,
There you go, buddy.
if you follow the lit up bit, that's how it works.
Just like that.
Firm grip on what?
Oh
Take a
my-
picture of the cat, didn't like
Think
that.
you like that, pal.
Is that a spider? No, it's a.
Sorry,
Just say, is that a spider, but no, it's some coal in the fireplace.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos?
Because I want to take photos here.
It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised.
Don't
by how
think
much
she's
you
using the
change.
piano very much anymore, now that she's got her job as an accountant. The piano's an afterthought now. Oh nice, it's a rubbish garden space. Take a picture of that, it's for sale now. Now that I've taken a picture of it, they're like, I don't want to live here anymore, that kid's taking pictures.
Ernie, buddy.
Ernie!
Ernie!
Ernie! Here Ernie! Ernie's gone.
We need you.
God, El, what if you got eaten by a
What
coyote?
if we get eaten by a coyote? Yeah, maybe.
Be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
I
No, I said I'm really worried. Here,
mean, they've already kept the cat longer than they expected, haven't they?
I'm worried too.
I know, sweetie.
Ernie! Kid!
Ernie, kid? Here, what about me, yeah? What about me?
I know you're mad about last night, but this is ridiculous.
Happened last night?
So you're saying it's a coincidence
There he
that it
is.
disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge belly?
Well, you know what cats are like. You know, they'll go wherever they're being fed,
You're
right?
sure about that?
Oh yeah, is Ernie a male cat?
And that was based on...
Is Ernie pregnant?
Pee-hole distance.
What?
One more time, sweetie?
Pee-hole distance from
What?
your butt. If it's further away or something, then it's one or the other.
And what was Ernie?
What? Pee hole
I
distance?
couldn't really tell.
Well, what
What are
So
we talking
well,
about?
I'm using this as the example of how to tell whether it's a male or female cat, but I don't actually know what it means.
I'm still not understanding how you let this happen.
It's
I
a male
don't
cat.
know.
It's a male cat.
I didn't think about it. It just happened.
Lots of
Happened to
cats.
find a stray cat in the alley.
Lots of little Ernies.
No, I
Look,
hate
how
cats.
lovely.
And now it just happens to pop out 5 more.
Yeah, 5 more cats. Lots of
Keeps
cats.
coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
I'll do what I want.
Are you able to pick up the new book?
Wait, did I just... Oh,
I meant Benny's book.
oh yeah, there we've got Visit Australia.
Extremely expensive, right?
Good idea. Got a dinosaur and some other stuff.
Funny native.
And nothing else. Moving on. It's an interesting looking game. Oh, we're down for a midnight snack now, are we? No? What's that noise? There's a noise like there's something creeping around.
I know, it seems impossible that you could ever play something so complex.
Yeah, so let's just not play it, yeah?
But just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
Is that it? Did we do it right? And again.
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
I've got to do 2 hands. 2 hands is a bit much. More?
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
There we go, we're doing it, we're doing it. Playing it too fast now. Come on, play it really fast. Play it like super fast. Is that it? Are we done? Okay.
Okay.
My gran used to play that song all the time on the piano.
On each side. 2 screws.
Let's take a picture of the fridge. Looks good. Lovely fridge there.
On each screw.
Doing up the
So that
kitchen,
means
look.
we need 8 washers.
The quiz said find the 0, and he just drew an arrow pointing to it.
Yes!
I mean,
Yes!
everything is
Find the 0, there's a fucking 0. What a boy, yeah? What a boy. 2 out of 10. So he doesn't like maths. Can't be good at everything, right?
Congratulations, B! First of many items.
So we're obviously much older now.
I want that box full by the time I
Giving away dinosaurs and stuff. There's my boat though.
Getting rid of it.
But there's my boat. I'm not getting rid of my boat. Because we love that boat. Started surfing now though. Now we're drunk. Oh no, okay.
This isn't my house.
Not your house. Okay.
Not my house.
Well, get the fuck out of it then. Or I'll call the bloody police.
You're not my house. You're not.
No, that's a truck.
Fall back, you fool.
Is it still not your house?
I'll have your head. I'll feed them to the cats.
My cats don't eat people's heads. Hang on a sec.
Maybe if you actually got me a playscape, I'd want to play.
A playscape? It'd be like a PlayStation. Take a
Hey,
picture.
You. Yeah, you. Come over here.
You're not even looking at me, I'm over here.
Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking to you.
Well, I'm here, you're looking over that way. Let's go and see what's going on. They had like trophies for stuff and all the rest, so... Work your way there. Is this still your... This
Why are you always
not
out
your
here
house.
taking photos?
Because I've been told to. My mum said I have to take photos outside.
Take a photo of something cool.
Wait.
You should take a photo of this.
Of what? Oh, of you sword fighting with a tennis racket. Okay, fair enough.
Chloe!
Time to go inside.
Oh shoot! I think I gotta go.
Oh shit. I think I gotta
try to
go.
Take a photo of me running into my house. I'm pretty
Yeah,
fast.
yeah,
I
okay.
don't think you'll be able to, but you can try.
Got ya.
What the hell? How did he do that?
Because it wasn't that difficult to just press the button. Oh, here we go. Piano pieces for children.
Betty's about to play for us.
Benny's about to play for us.
Wow, L, he's unbelievable. My God.
How fast do they want me to play this song?
Was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music.
Or get your
Right.
kid to perform for your
Yeah,
friends at a
but
party all the
I haven't
time.
done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
He's a professor.
He's a professor, yeah.
Well, no one really
I'm
knows.
sitting around on his arse doing nothing.
No,
Like,
I mean, what's his...
It's maritime archaeology.
Very cool.
I don't even know if I need to move this around. I think I just have to stay on the space.
It's kind of one of those professions that stops the dinner.
Fuck you all talking about your dinner party while I'm playing the piano.
History. My name is Mr. Isaac.
Welcome, Mr.
The
Isaac.
class will be broken up in
Hey, you.
units.
That's the person that we were taking
Look
photos
on
of.
your desk. I wrote you something.
Dear weird neighbor kid, please keep in mind that while we're at school, we don't know each other. Do not talk to me
I
ever.
want each of you to write it down.
Those who
Not
cannot
leave
remember
on
the past are condemned
sidelines,
to repeat
not
it.
stare off into space.
Alright, mate. Is that alright? Are we done?
Now I will go on.
He was waiting for
to the
me
next slide.
specifically to write it down.
Chloe, tell me, what did the quote say?
Didn't write it down.
Right, I definitely
Need to
know
write it
this.
down. It was there
You
just
were
2 seconds
taking
ago.
notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Leave her alone, though,
Yes,
pal.
of
Come on.
course. So those who do not remember the past, repeat the past.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right, right?
Pretty
Indeed
much.
it is. Though I prefer you to answer without the help of your boyfriend next time.
Oh, I've ruined things for her. She wrote this letter. We're not supposed to know each other.
Accurate account of the
You
past.
broke my no
we are
talking rule, but I asked you to, so I guess I'll have to let you live.
Yeah, start paying attention a bit more.
You've all been waiting.
Grades?
I tried to convince
Should
your
wait
father
for my
not to
grades.
buy you that thing, but he insisted.
What thing?
Half suspect he bought it for himself.
Oh, games. What does that say?
The little guys are
Conchsters. Conchsters.
Oh, I want the
It's a
job
game
if I
about
ever
conch
get
shell,
to think of
people that turn into conch shells or something. I don't know. Open it up. Let's see what's inside. A new conch testant has approached. At long last, your favourite conchsters are ready for battle for the playscape. It must be like Pokemon. Join Marcy and her 4 sad brothers as they search for their lost mother, the legendary Queen Conch. Entrap gooey monsters with Dr. Ebb's patented seashells and coerce them into spectacular battles. And when all else fails, you just use your conscience. Fuck off. What do we have? We have Anemego, Barnacles, Shrump, Lobstar, and Clam Dunk. Which one do we get to play as? Is that one of the 5 brothers? It's an interesting looking controller as well. No analog stick, so or maybe that's one. Just one analog stick.
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
You saw me next door.
Sure.
Yeah, we're good pals, aye.
Together in history
Good
class.
pals.
I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Old Benny.
Sweet.
She managed to make a character that looks exactly like her.
Dad just thank me for hanging out with you.
Apparently so, yeah.
That's a very interesting.
He didn't realize that we had
Okay,
friends.
shut up. I really want
The
this
tickle
one.
stick, gill
Maybe
net, fishing
I'll
spear.
use tickle stick.
Use the tickle stick. What did that do?
Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing. You should draw pictures of more different stuff.
Yeah, it's not a bad drawing, is it?
Not me though.
Not you. Okay, fair
I'll
enough.
actually kill you if you try to draw me, and you saw what I'm capable of in your backyard.
Draw anyway.
Benny, why did you draw me? You're not good.
Drew her on
enough.
top of the other thing. Not good
I
enough
look so
to
ugly.
draw her.
Ugh.
No, don't worry about any of that sort of thing. I've drawn this thing and I don't know what else I can do. Oh yeah, okay.
It's called a magnet school.
A magnet school? Well, they teach you how to make magnets?
It's about an hour
Alright,
away
okay.
in a town called Burton.
Are you sending me away to music school? Is this going to turn into
I
that,
just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with.
yeah, I've
Life
forgotten
can
what that
take you
film's
to some
called.
incredible places if you're really, really good at something.
Or if you get forced to go there against your will, yeah. Absolutely. If you don't get any choice about where you're actually going.
It's just, you've had so much
Play
trouble
this!
making
Play
friends
big!
at
Play,
Lakeville.
be great!
I want you at a place where people really get you.
Do you? Aye. Is that right? Do you really, or are you just wanting to force me to go somewhere that you want me to go?
So what do you think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
I think you're a rotten old cunt, mate. Oh, wait, no.
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as
You not got any
gifted
lights
as
in
you
this room,
say
mate?
he is,
You're a
shyness is
fucking
no problem.
vampire. I suppose he's not melting
Why
away
don't you two come back
halfway
closer
down his
to the
body
end
there.
of the year for an audition?
Why don't
We'll
you
get a few pieces that you can
shut
let him
up,
start
mate?
learning.
I don't want to come here.
I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of.
I can play for release at like 600
So,
beats per minute.
I understand you were a musician yourself. Where did you study?
Oh, Berkeley.
Wouldn't it be funny if
But I
this
was
is
in
her
the
dad
choir
and she
system.
doesn't realise? She hasn't seen him in over 10
Ah.
years.
And who did you study under?
John McDonald?
I understand
Constantia.
he's
Let's hear this
very
conversation.
Yes.
He's very difficult.
Taciturn is the word I use.
Taciturn. Yes.
Hmm?
People have described me that way, if you can believe it.
Oh, unbelievable, mate. I
I would never say that about you.
Thank you.
can't believe people would say
I
that about
wouldn't
you, mate.
either.
You seem very warm.
What's she saying? You seem very warm and caring. No, he doesn't. He doesn't even know what to say to that. Don't want to go here. I've got some back there. For the well-tempered clavier.
As you can see, there's some very fast
Yeah, why are you getting me to play
and
this?
a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try.
No pressure.
We
No
can see
pressure
if you
at all.
start enjoying
No
it.
pressure at all. Let's see.
Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish
I'd like
I
to
had
see
the
you
option
shut
of
up.
going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that.
Would you not know?
What was
Crumple
that?
it up!
Was that the piece?
Throw it out the fucking window!
What is going on with you these days? I barely
Cannot
made
throw
this
it out the
table
window.
supposed to be.
I want to throw it out the window. This is what I think of your papers.
Oh my god!
Stick it up your bloody arse.
What are you thinking? You could have
Oh
killed
no,
us.
you could have killed us because you were the one driving. Oh, she got us another one, look. Remember today is the first day of the rest of your life. Yeah, and then tomorrow is, and then, yeah. Days until edition 30. We've got our phone there. Alright, shall we try playing this?
Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
Nah, screw you. Oh, we hung up. If I want to answer my phone, I'll answer my phone. It's none of your business. I quite like the game, but I'm gonna
Oh
just.
my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
Yeah. See ya.
So listen, I found a construct.
What are you doing?
What's your
I
strategy,
explicitly
guy?
asked you not
Shut
to
up,
pick up the
Mum.
phone.
Oh, he's fine. Let's talk to her.
Oh, what do you know about anything that's going on right now?
What do you know about anything that's going on right now?
Appreciate it if you
30
wouldn't raise
days.
your voice
I can't
like
answer the
that.
phone
Well,
for
then
5
don't
minutes.
stick your nose into things that you're completely checked out of.
Okay.
Oh man, did I just cause a fight with your parents?
Yeah, it seems like it, maybe.
I'm sorry, dude. But you should also cherish these moments.
What moments?
My mom and dad used to fight, and I would always hate it. But now I actually.
Yeah, you definitely
miss it a lot.
not something that you should be
Anyway,
missing.
So basically, across the board, crustacean types perform well against mollusks.
Okay, good, yeah. Crustacean types against
So,
mollusk
we gotta be
types.
leaning on lobstar a lot
Lobstar,
more in these
okay.
recent battles.
Keep Lobstar in
Then,
mind.
Once we get to the trench, we'll be facing what they call craniate types.
Craniate.
So chondric types will be what we need.
Right, okay,
But we
yeah.
haven't
Chondric
even
types for the
gotten any of
craniates.
those yet. Anyway, it's all pretty complicated, so we can go over it in history class tomorrow.
Sounds good. We
But
should
listen,
do that instead of
I definitely don't want you to play without me, but if you do end up playing without me,
spend as much time
spend
as
as
possible in
much
the
time as
Red
possible
Reef.
in the Red Reef, because that's supposedly where you can find these chondric types, which we're for sure gonna need.
We're for sure
So
gonna
we'll
need.
talk more tomorrow, okay? Okay, I gotta go.
Alright, see you later. Get up, it's the middle of the night. Get up and play your piano.
In the presence of my aunt, who
As the
you
goddess of-
remember
yeah,
is the goddess,
goddess of truth and justice, yeah.
would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead.
Yeah.
And what if they are deemed
weighing.
unworthy?
and they
Well,
go to
you can see
somewhere
that
else.
ugly
I
fur
don't know.
ball under the scale. That
What was that
is
about?
Amamet, and she's got, and yes, that's a she, the
Hey,
head of a
Mr.
crocodile,
Kid.
fur of
That's
a lion. See,
look at
Look at the desk.
and the body of a
Another letter
hippopotamus.
to the dear weird neighbor kid.
Though I
Tonight
would
after my
not say
dad goes to
that
sleep,
to
I'm
her
going to sneak out of my
face.
house and go
Now,
sleep on the beach. If you want to
as
get
you can
invited,
see,
draw me a
she is
picture of
ready
Mr.
to
Isaac feeling
devour
constipated.
any of the deceased who do not pass good.
Love, weird neighbor kid. So I'm a weird neighbor kid, and
Sort
so's
of
she.
like me with your weekly quizzes.
Right.
So I am not quite sure
There he is,
why I
taking
don't
a shit, look.
Ew, why is he so scared looking?
Why is he so scared looking? Because he
I'll
doesn't know
call you when I'm
if he's
leaving
going to
my
have a
house.
sudden,
You
you know,
better pick up my call.
could have something bad happen to him while he's taking a shit. You alright, mate? Just trying to picture you on the toilet. Hope you don't mind. Days until audition 1.
Change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game we bought for him.
Wow, okay, that's nice.
Listen, I don't claim to understand.
She doesn't, apparently she doesn't understand the idea of him having
Danny
friends.
has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something.
One of those pushy parents.
I mean, no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
I'm not sure you do either. I'm not sure you do either. So we've got a situation where his mum's a bit pushy about music because she obviously failed. So, you know, well, that's exactly what it is. She failed in her
Lights
musical
out.
endeavors.
You're meant to be rested
So,
for tomorrow.
oh no, I turned the
Memory
fucking light
consolidates
on.
when you're
Get away.
asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust
Pokemon
me.
Master. Or Crustacean Master.
Tell your son to turn the lights off.
Your son too.
Says turn the lights off.
Not Mom says, you say.
Well, no, I can hear you. Tell your son to do this. I can hear you. Fucking sneak out. As long as we don't end up dead or something.
You'd actually pick up. I mistook you for a baby. I apologize. Okay, so
One sec, there's a
meet me
knock on my
out in the
door.
alley in T-minus now, okay? Chloe, out.
Right, let's get back to it. See what the heck's going on in this game now. Let's go! Let's sneak out to the beach.
You know, I'm really
And not go
glad
to the
you're
random
here.
music school.
There's something I've been meaning to talk to you about.
What was it?
To get off my chest. Okay. I
What was it?
don't think Consters is actually a really good game.
No, neither do I. Looks kind
My
of shit, to be
cousin
honest.
Yoon, he was in town this weekend.
It's not
and
Pokemon, is
he was
it?
explaining
It's not
how it's
Pokemon.
actually a ripoff of a really good Japanese game. He calls it
Is
a
it? Aye.
cash grab. So I'm sorry that I made you like it because it's actually a terrible game.
But you
I
were
also
telling
think
me.
that if it was a really good game, maybe we wouldn't have enjoyed playing it as much.
Maybe, aye. Look up at the night
We would have
sky.
been so focused on
At
how
the
good
stars.
it was and not the feelings we had while we were playing it.
What's this?
Like, my favorite vegetable is the tomato.
What are we doing?
Yoon thinks that they're the grossest ever.
What's this?
And you're probably
What are we
the
writing in the
least
sky?
popular boy in the school, but I also like hanging out with you the most, which was
Is that
also
TAE?
something I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh, she's talking about something.
I like hanging out with you a lot.
She likes hanging
Which
out
is
with us a
weird
lot.
Because after what happened with my
Another E.
mom, I never like hanging out with anyone.
She never likes hanging out with anyone recently, so
So this has been a big surprise
Another letter
to me
E.
this year. In a
we're
lot
not
of
paying any
ways.
attention. We're just drawing lines in the sky.
I think I like that you let me talk. My
Yeah.
cousin never lets me talk.
He.
My dad does, but I can
Ah,
tell he's
he.
not really listening.
I'm listening, yeah. Star. It's going to be stay here, isn't it? Stay here. Yes, stay here. Stay here. Let's stay here. What's next?
Probably didn't sleep at all. Out in the cold.
Probably not. No, it doesn't really matter though,
You're
you
already
know.
feeling sick, aren't you?
Shut up.
It's okay. You still got this. I mean, all the practice had to count for something. Maybe just try and close your eyes now and get a little sleep on the way over.
If it means that I don't have to go to the school
I'm going
with
to play the recording so
annoying
the sound
guy.
of mastery can seep into your subconscious a little, okay? Close your eyes, Ben. We're going to be there soon.
We're gonna be there soon. Oh, good. Let's totally mess up the audition.
In your own time,
Do you not have any
we
lights
are
in this fucking place, mate?
Excited to hear.
You not paid the electric bill. I mean, you know, this is a great school apparently, but he doesn't pay the electric bill, this guy. Apparently. Right, so how badly can we play this? Oh no. This sounds like...
Oh, okay. I think that's enough.
Yes, man, we failed. We failed.
So, Benjamin, why don't we plan on having you come back next year? Again,
Why don't we just not,
once you've
mate?
had a
Why
bit
don't we
more
just
time
not?
To practice? Yes?
A whole year of practice.
As you know, Burton isn't the right fit for every student, and
No.
I wish you the best of luck on your path, wherever it may.
Hopefully it'll take me not anywhere near you, you prick.
Maybe I pushed you too hard.
Maybe you did.
Maybe I turned into my own father.
Maybe you did push just a wee bit hard,
I
eh?
don't know. You have to find something to focus on. The world isn't very kind to
Maybe it's like
people who
find
aren't
something,
really good at
find something to focus on, as long as it's something that she thinks is worth focusing on. What's wrong?
We want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears.
You can push too hard.
Hey, Al, would you mind taking a quick walk?
And
with
it's
me
funny
down to
because
my
obviously
office?
when she was enjoying playing
Small
music, it wasn't a big
clerical
issue,
thing I
but,
need you to look
you
at
know.
before I can let you two go.
Oh yes, of course. I'll be right back, Benny, okay?
Just
Yeah,
maybe
okay.
5 minutes, kiddo. Okay?
Yeah, sure, no worries.
It's such a crucial time in his development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
What? Why am I confined to my room?
Means I can spend more time with him. You know?
Having him home for a little? What do you
We
mean?
can focus him. Make sure he's...
What's happened?
Can you please try to speak a little softer?
Yeah, I can hear you anyway, it doesn't really matter. What's going on? What's happening out here? Was that tree that we were looking at on the beach? At the beginning? Very nice. His suitcase. He's running away with his bag. There's the
This is
game.
Video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from
Oh, why don't you go fuck yourself? Oh no, it's a day off school. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Play with the boat, yes. This is productive. Play with the boat. Whee! This is much more productive than anything she was wanting me to do. Yeah, let's draw a boat. Look, it's perfect drawing. He's been doing this all this time. He's been really good at drawing stuff, but apparently that's not good enough. Well, they've just not been paying attention.
Hey, dinner's ready.
Now we've even introduced the colours of the boat.
You hear me?
It's really nice too.
What's he doing?
Drawing.
He's becoming completely obsessed.
Obsessed. Maybe I could make some great art piece, you know?
No.
Why does he keep saying, why isn't yours to somebody else, okay? All he does is make art. Yeah, maybe. He wants to be an artist, not a pianist.
Oh, he doesn't play much anymore.
Pianist.
But you have to see how good he's got it.
Yeah. She's gonna get pushy about drawing now as well.
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded.
She's gonna get pushy about drawing now too, though. Come on, draw this thing. Practice drawing. Turn into a commercial venture. There we go. We're applying for art school now. This is what he wanted to do. Who's this guy?
You are not here to learn to be.
That's her dad.
You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you,
That's totally her dad, by the way.
there is no teaching art.
It's all about composition, and I'm rubbish at that.
So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make art, you ponies!
What's this guy up to? That totally looks like her dad. Oh, TOS.
Oh, how very wacky and fun these are.
They're very wacky and fun, yeah. How very fun. Does it change if I move around?
It's very zany, very kitsch.
Alright, it's okay. It's like a Ken
Lucky
doll.
for
It's
you,
fine.
the world is always in need of more
It's fine.
greeting card artists.
Mate, whatever. Where else can we draw?
There you go, Mr. Bryn.
Okay, let's draw this.
Feel
the shapes. Feel the shapes. Where can we put it? There? Ah, yes, perfect. Now we're making art.
Oh, you feel.
Or something. Can we get that to sit inside the circle? Yes. And what's this? Intersecting those lines, maybe. Is that good enough for you, mate? He doesn't want like just kind of realistic stuff. He wants us to do interesting
I want you all
things.
to take a long look at what Mr. Bryn has done here.
Now he's going to tell everyone that it's shit.
You see, he has reached down
Yes!
deep within
A
himself
masterpiece.
and created a
He said it's a masterpiece. This is a great wee art. This is a great wee art teacher. He might have been pushy. He might have been a bit rough, but
Pray you have a strong hold on yourself, Mr.
still very supportive. Well, I don't know about that.
With talent like these, you may soon be.
Was that a
swept
good
away
piece
by
of
a wind.
art? I don't know. Good enough for him, apparently. Everyone's like, what the fuck's that? Benjamin Bryn.
I'm stunned. The ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard anyone say in my life.
I'm actually dizzy.
The ironic sincerity is sincerely ironic. Shut the fuck up. Wash and
I know that
fold.
lots of agents gave you lots of cards.
Oh, here.
And it all probably feels weird and alienating.
Oh no, it still says wash and
the
fold. I
opposite
didn't
of
like
what
that.
being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that
We're kind of merging styles in a way that's probably not great.
open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Alright, aye. Making a living isn't selling out. Of course it's not, but...
Benjamin!
Oh, Professor! Stunning show!
I've never been prouder. One little thing. A birdie told me
Who's Elba Pressenhuber?
Silver gave you her card. Now, I want you to cut that card into little pieces and feed it to an alley cat.
Alright mate, settle down. I'll choose my friends, yeah?
In the business of the arts, Elba Pressenhuber
In the business of
is
business.
in the business of business.
Wait, but I need to like live on something, you know? I mean, it's nice, we've got some noodles, we've got, you know... Well, like going to an art school and teaching people for money. Like that, you mean?
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Maybe I am. I don't know. That kind of looks a bit shit, to be honest. I have to sign a bit of paper. What do we do? Should we be an artist who makes money from their art, or should we just do it for the enjoyment of the art? Let's sign the
I've
contract
got a good feeling about you.
with Mickey Mouse.
We're
No,
going to make a lot of money together.
I don't know. Maybe. Depends what you make me do. She'll be happy.
Actually making some money with one's art. Lord knows I
Yeah, I
could
know you
never
were
do it.
shite. You were shit at it, man. You were rubbish at it. You were just crap.
Ooh, that's good. So,
Maybe not.
now that you've made it, tell me, what are you going to do with it?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? What are we drawing here? Is there trouble that somebody will be like... We'll do that. What are we going to draw now? The wee bird.
Is that Benjamin Bryn?
Oh my god. think it is?
All places.
Interesting looking. Big pyramid just there in the background. Oh yes. Looks good. Looks kind of shit to be honest, but you know. We're in Egypt. We made it to the place we said we wanted to go.
Hey, honey. Your work's incredible.
Like Benjamin Britten, the young master. There it is. 5 stars.
But Ben, I've had an idea.
Oh, aye, what's that?
You know,
here we go.
Critics are fickle.
Here we go.
How about if you go back to your roots?
How about, yeah.
Made something meaningful. Personal.
Maybe that was personal.
Close to your heart.
Alright, yeah, no worries.
Gotta go.
I'll paint you the boat, will I? Love you lots. Mwah. Now, what?
Don't even pick up this call, okay?
Don't pick up.
I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and well, I'm gonna be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're at such an important moment in your career, and
Let's see, what do we want in the background?
I'm so proud of you. This is nothing but a little bump in the road for me.
She's not well.
I'm going to be fine.
That's, his mum's not well. Okay.
Don't even worry about calling me back. Just letting you know.
Okay. You probably should worry about calling back though, eh?
That's enough from me. Now,
Who's
you'll
that?
hear from the person who I believe was the single thing in the world
Yeah, so
my
she's-
wife was most
She's
proud
died.
of. Her magnum opus, so to speak.
Yeah, okay.
Huh.
Is that me, is it?
Go on, B.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something! Look out into the crowd of not very many people.
What's wrong?
There's a giant metronome here hanging over me. I can't say anything. Everything's crushing. Everything's crushing down on him, right?
Hey, honey. Guess who's calling? Again.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, I talk
Painting
to
his
big,
mum.
important
People who could change my life.
who could change your life every day.
Uh-huh.
What the hell am I supposed to say?
What do you want me to say? Give me some time.
That I haven't heard from my
Give me some time, eh? From different paintings of his mum.
Benny. Guess who's calling?
He's got stuck into a kind of...
Here's
a kind
the
of...
call. We're finished.
Done.
We're done so kaput.
Should never have taken the contract.
Hey B, just calling to tell you.
Uh-huh. You're gonna have to find a new place to live.
I think I'm selling the house.
Yeah, what, mate? You what?
She's everywhere here, son.
Oh, it's his dad.
Without bumping into
Selling the house, he's destroyed.
breaking down again.
Not really surprising. Destroyed by the whole thing.
Take whatever you want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the
Take the
clutter. Yeah, I think you did the right
Put that in
thing.
there. Keep the boat.
By the way, she didn't want you to see her like that.
The metronome.
She just wanted you to focus on your work.
Chuck that in the bin.
That was the only thing that mattered to her.
Music manuscripts.
What's that?
Obviously we have to keep
Fascinating, son.
her manuscripts. What did she write music-wise? I'm gonna play that. Oh, here we go. Draw that. Phone. There's our playing away. And there's her playing on the actual piano, like some sort of dream. From the children's piano comes the future.
Look,
What?
it's unbelievable, Benny.
That's great, isn't it?
It's like she's standing in the room with us.
That is.
Like I can...
Fantastic. Don't care what he's saying though. There you go, so there's my paintings. There's the one we did. Inspired by the musical composition of his late mother, the composer L. Stevens. Relatively unknown in her life, Bryn lifted his mother's work out of obscurity with the creation of this piece.
It's Chloe.
now considered one of the
neighbor.
great composers of her time.
My god, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show.
It's great, isn't it?
unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that.
So I'm down for that.
I just can't
Yeah.
believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius.
I think so. I want to know what this says.
I should have guessed it. I mean, with all those little drawings you did.
The drawings were pretty
Remember
good.
when you still drew my portrait even when I begged you not to?
Yeah, I remember.
And your mom.
Yeah.
I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote
Yeah,
the
she
actual
kind of kept
music.
it. She kind of kept it quiet.
Hey, so
That's one of my early
not
things.
to be forward, but
Oh, we've even
what
got
are you
that
doing
thing we did at the start.
maybe we could get a drink or something?
Maybe.
I'd really love to catch up.
That was his
I
first
can't
thing
believe
that he did.
everything that's happened.
Stuck his hand on a bit of
I
paper.
want to hear all about it.
What the hell was that? That's the wolf guy.
Now would you look at that?
It's the wolf guy from the beginning, the ferryman. That's my whole life completed. Can't believe his luck. So now he's like, yes, I'm gonna get lots of money for this. I'm gonna get all the food in the world.
You finally sink your hook into
Is that a genius? Yeah, I'm back, mate.
There you are.
So they're not doing this out of the kindness of your heart, no.
Hello, sir. If I had realized, I would have cleaned up.
You would have cleaned up.
I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've
Okay.
had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but
An artistic genius. Oh, wow.
internationally renowned painter?
Yeah.
The
What about that, huh?
eat you up.
Well, please don't.
Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run?
A test run?
You help me out, the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that.
Okay.
See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift.
Quite enjoyable. I do like the game.
Forget about it. All right, here we go.
We're going in now.
Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great
Yeah,
man.
behind him though.
Now, would you describe yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
I think in his childhood he was alright, wasn't he? I mean, he was on his own a lot, but he was generally pretty happy in the early part of his childhood in the thing.
His childhood was a happy one.
Yeah, I mean,
Growing
early
up in
on
a
it was-
loving home, raised
seemed
by
alright.
loving parents in a quaint village by the sea.
Early on it was.
And what'd you say your mom was? A composer
Yeah.
or an accountant?
She was a composer for most of his younger
His
life.
mother was a composer who, with the need.
Yeah,
to
that's
support
what
her
she did, and then
family,
obviously
took a job
she lost track
as
with the
an
music side of
accountant.
things.
How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or demanding?
Demanding, without a doubt. I mean, we have to say
Kinda like
demanding, right?
your champion. Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over demanding,
Which is true,
forcing
she
him to
was.
practice day in
We're
and
not lying.
day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could.
Yeah.
And how about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love?
I think it would be this, probably.
Be honest here.
I think it would be that, let's be honest.
But on the eve of his big audition, he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love,
Are we
and
still moving?
blowing it the next day.
Yeah. On purpose, no, not on purpose. Accidentally.
Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him.
Well, at least briefly, anyway.
She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great
She gave,
musician.
she gave up on the music.
But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right?
Exactly.
See, when he was 12 years old,
Alright, so he was
he
ill.
got sick. And he had to stay
And this was where he
inside
learned to do his
for an
art.
entire year.
And he
And in that year,
learned that he loved the art,
he
I guess.
rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten. Painting.
You've got to
Sure,
tell
he
this
loved
story.
Finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time,
So it's just the
he
worth.
saw it
Interestingly,
in a
obviously,
more
because
serious light.
early on you had the Egypt stuff about the weight of your soul and all the rest. So I guess the story here is kind of the weighing of the soul, you know.
Professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet.
Yeah, these seagulls shut up.
Expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing.
Well, yeah, that's it.
Wasn't
And then he made his best
home
art.
to the house he grew up in that he began work.
Shut up, you bloody seagulls!
Be considered his masterpiece. I said, shut up, you scumballs, you lucky bag.
The light's gone out. They're not shutting up.
All right, I get it.
Oh, here he goes.
I hear what you're saying.
Here's what they're saying. Gates are open. Gates are open, mate. You gotta get off the boat.
I had assumed as much anyway.
What?
I should probably tell you. Those things, they're not regular gulls. They're lyre birds.
Lyre birds?
They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper.
Okay.
And once they try that, they're never allowed near.
What's gonna happen? Are we allowed? So I might be turned into a seagull.
I get to feel
if I'm not
bad
honest.
for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings.
It's rubbish storytelling. Hopefully this time we're okay.
Good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one.
Yes, they need to leave.
Hopefully you won't be seeing him again.
So we could, if we did that wrong, we could turn into like a bird that gets stuck on this guy's boat forever. Again, that's interesting.
You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that?
Who is me?
Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
I have no idea. Am I going to get eaten? What's the future here? Dark. It's gone dark, mate. It's gone dark. What's going on?
Now don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you.
With me?
You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible. You're trying to
Oh, is there something? Is there something we've not told him?
Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you.
Why are you? What?
I'm sure you're right. I'm
What?
sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black
You're sure?
muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized
Why?
my
What's?
paw as soon as I laid
What's up with the change of attitude all of a sudden?
But it's too late for that.
What's the change of attitude all of a sudden?
We're in this together. And the gatekeeper...
Does he get turned into a bird as well?
Right through your fake lies as if they were glass.
Will she? Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Again. To start
We've got to do the whole lot again.
From the very beginning. And this time...
Wait, what?
I want the truth.
What have I missed? What's not the truth? We're back here with the seagull with the thing in his mouth. Hey, look, Mum. Not this. Okay.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
There's something we've done that might be a lie.
I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that
That he
make you
thinks
feel
is a
happy?
lie. Okay, so what could it
You know,
be?
my father once told me, when I was about your age, the
Not this
only
one?
way to fight against time.
What were we lying about there? Nothing.
This. Stay here.
Stay here? Well, yeah, because I never answered the phone.
Here on that phone call.
Don't know. I didn't hear her answer the phone call. Wonder what she heard. There's like a timer. Do I have to click anything?
Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
Okay. So what are we seeing? Okay, so I can't click. I've got to leave it and not blink. So if I was playing this with the eye tracking thing that it has set up, I guess you'd have to keep your eyes open for this entire period, otherwise it would keep doing that. So I have to wait for that to run out. Let's see.
I'm getting it. Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
What's this? So the granddad was dead? Has that got something to do with why she changed the way she was?
She knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now? She
so he
never
died.
could.
Okay. What's
Let's
that
keep
got
going.
to do with me, though?
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay?
You were a prodigal talent. I get it. Let's
move on, yeah.
Eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. I need
not
you to
this.
stay focused.
Okay. Well, it is kind of a trip down memory lane, isn't
I understand
it?
about the cat. Let's keep going.
It's not the cat. Well, this was a bit where we didn't really do anything, wasn't it? So these bits where nothing really happened initially when we were playing through are obviously something darker, deeper in our memory that we didn't want to remember. What's all this red? What's that noise? Sounds like an animal at the door. Is there an animal eating the bloody cat? Oh, eating the... oh god.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying
Coyotes that they
lesson.
were worried about.
That simply being alive wasn't enough.
Oof, don't look at that.
So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions.
Wait, it's got a bit there for...
playing music.
Not if you win.
Just keep it there. Just keep it there. Then there's this. Stay here.
Which is weird because after what happened with my mom,
Yeah.
I never like hanging out with anyone.
I know you want to stay here, man, but we
Got
don't.
time for that. Okay, what are we looking for? That's us driving home. Play big, be great.
I'm worried about who you are, Benny. I'm worried about who you're going to become.
It's not this
I
bit.
get all this.
It's not this bit. What is it then?
Hey, Al, would you mind taking a quick walk?
Oh, there was
with me
this,
down to
wasn't
my
there?
office? This is...
Come on.
Still hasn't found it.
We can focus.
Oh, this is new.
Make sure you...
Oh, this was where they were having that conversation, yeah. This was the last bit we heard of it. And then we can't hear them anymore. What are we going to find out? They've been eaten by coyotes as well.
I mean, what's the point?
What's the point?
What do you mean?
What's the point of what? Yeah.
What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it?
Oh, yeah, what does she mean?
If he's never going to get any better.
Any better at what? You mean health-wise, or
Okay.
at playing the piano?
Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean,
She
what
knows she doesn't
if
mean
you
it.
heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never
Oh,
forgive
we wouldn't be
myself.
happy?
It's okay. He's asleep.
No, I'm not.
It's okay.
No, I'm not. Heard every word.
I see. You got sick.
Yeah, I said that to you.
You howled at the moon.
Did I?
At the top of your lungs.
Did I do that? Okay. I'll turn into one of them. Fair enough. Now what? And here he is. Stop howling, mate. Right, so what's going to happen up here anyway?
You were sick for a long time.
A while, I guess.
Sicker than...
Because he looked at the sun when he was a
healthy
child.
kids are supposed to get.
He had a fever, you know.
Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
Remember what? Remember this?
This isn't video game time.
Yes, it is.
I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school.
Why don't I, just stay in bed, huh? The Rubik's Cube. We could do the Rubik's Cube, man. No? Oh, a typewriter.
Try writing with it.
Yeah, try being a writer instead of an artist. Hi, Mum.
Well, hello, Benny.
Yeah. Hello.
It was your grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
Fair enough. So, artsy. Yeah, so artsy.
Exactly. Was very artsy.
Was he not able to... Oh,
Actually,
is
I
this
was
because
just
he
good
wasn't
at
able to
fooling your
speak,
dad.
maybe?
Made him think I was some kind of genius.
Was whatever was wrong with him, did it stop him from being able to talk to anyone? What do I write about? Anything.
Why don't you write the story of your life so far?
Don't
And
know,
then
nobody'd
what
want
you're
to read
going
that.
to do once you get better. That's the story I want to hear.
Aye, okay. Got you. Right, the Great Life of Benjamin Britten. And he's made a mistake. His childhood was a happy one. Was this growing up in... Oh, this is what... growing up in a loving home. Yeah. Raised by loving parents, yeah. That's what that guy said. In a quaint village by the sea. His own story we're listening to here. His mother was a composer. I have to move this left and right. Who, with the need to support her family, became an accountant. Yeah, we know this. Yep. Is that it? Or can't do any more? Okay, fair enough.
Man, this is wild.
That's a wild story.
You really got into this, didn't you?
What, is that the whole thing, or just the bit about living in a quaint village and
here
your
I
mum
am.
becoming a...
But on the eve of his big audition,
Oh no!
he completely dropped the ball, staying up all night with his first love and blowing it the next day.
How does she feel about
First
that?
love? Okay, Benny.
A little uncomfortable.
And you know, we really could have just slept on the beach another night.
Yeah, I suppose,
I'm
but
also glad we didn't because, well,
another night wouldn't be the same night.
another
That's true.
night wouldn't be the same
That is true. Another night would not be the same night.
Okay, back to the story.
Yeah.
He'd loved finger painting as a child.
Yeah, whatever. Where are we now? What's this?
You are going
The doctor.
to be in there for about 30 minutes. So try to get
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes. I'll try and get comfortable, mate. Not making any promises, like. But
You're doing great, buddy. Just a little longer, okay?
yeah. And now we're back home.
Knock, knock.
Hello.
You're going to be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear
Overhear
Chloe
what?
reading loud from what I think was your story the other night.
Yes, she was.
I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop.
She was
but
listening in.
I would really love to read it if you'd let me.
So this is the problem.
You know
This
I'm
is the
such a big
problem
fan
that's
of
showing. Obviously, was that all you saw initially was the fact that she was very pushy about the music thing and really annoyed that he wasn't taking it as seriously as she'd have liked him to. But actually,
Go in there and tell him you loved it.
loved what?
I just can't.
Because she probably read the bit where I said that she was pushy.
I'll talk to you. Hey, B.
Hey, bud. Hey,
Just
Dad.
want
How's it
you to
going?
know that Mom loved your story.
Obviously, there's the bit
Just-
that she, you know,
I think it was just very emotional for her to read.
well, it'd be the bit where we said that she was
thought it was
pushy. She
great.
probably maybe didn't even realise, you know,
I mean, look at this.
that she was.
His childhood was a happy one. Growing up in a loving home,
You know, because that part,
raised by
from what we
loving
saw, was
parents
true.
in a quaint village by the sea.
It was.
I'm certainly glad you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Reads like Dickens.
Yeah. What's the thing you're wanting to talk to me about?
Very cool stuff, kiddo.
What's he wanting to talk to me about?
Very proud. Okay? Okay. Love you, buddy.
I don't think that's what she wanted him to talk to me about. Somehow. What's this? Benjamin Britten was a loser. What? You're settled down. What are you talking about? He was the worst Bryn to ever live. He's become obviously upset about. He didn't even try to fight the disease inside him. Right, what are we up dealing with now? He just laid down and died. What are we seeing now? What's this? Does it change his whole life? Is this the gatekeeper?
Benny! 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 Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard!
That's noisy.
What's going on?
One sec. One sec. That was a bit louder than I liked. This the gate. This must be the gatekeeper thing, is it? No.
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button, and the drug will administer itself.
Okay, so some sort of
Thank you so much.
drug required.
I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for
So what exactly has happened?
It's been a rough one.
Okay, so pressing that gets rid of the thing. Some sort of monitor or something there? Oh, there's that. Ah, go away. Oh, we drink orange juice as well.
Hey, Eddie.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, hey man.
Who's
it's
Eddie?
Richard. Listen,
What's
I know
happening?
Elle's been missing in action, but I just want you to
His
understand
mum-
things have taken a
She had her job as the accountant,
really bad
obviously.
turn here.
Are they now
Yeah,
wanting her back in
no,
right now?
That's not going to be possible. To be honest, your whole tone is
You fucking
pissing me
tell
off
him.
right now.
You telling me?
Yes, I understand you have a business.
I have a business to run, you know.
Very
Oh,
cliche
fuck off,
thing
mate.
to say to me in a time like this.
That's like that thing, you know, you phone in sometimes if you're not well or whatever, you phone in because you can't make it
then
to work.
I guess all I can say is screw you too.
And like, oh, you're letting
I
everyone
said,
down. And I'm like,
screw
oh,
you
fuck.
too. Yeah, man.
Is that
That's all I
is
got.
that the wrong thing to say? Do you think? When you say I don't give a fuck, you know? It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not well. If you have a problem with that, you know, why answer the phone?
Hey, this isn't funny, you know. What? You're too scared
Can he
to
talk
to
at all?
me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking.
Faking what?
Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I
I've told you.
to actually know about this stuff.
But he's not.
The
I
fact
think.
that you are faking, just so you don't have to go to school with me.
Why did I just hang up? That conversation was continuing there. Did you see
I
that?
remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time.
Yeah.
Not as tough as now, but
It's one of her
her music
songs
had been
that she was
rejected,
writing.
and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here.
What's she telling me about?
I feared that I was losing her.
What's he telling me about exactly?
And you played this on the piano.
That's right, yeah.
Just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that,
She just had to push to.
it was like you brought her right back to me.
Right.
So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again.
Wait, what?
Try closing your eyes.
What, play
See
the
if you can
piano?
remember.
What are we doing? That's my piece!
How did you figure out how to play that?
I don't know. I just did. We got this here though, is this gonna... Oh. There she is. Thought for a minute there with the shadow on her face that she'd grown a beard. I was like, alright, okay.
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Just playing the tune. It's a lovely wee tune. There we go. Just playing that by moving our mouse left and right, etc. There we go. Press the button. Get whale soon. Press that button. Get rid of that thing, whatever it is. Let the cat in. We're not let the cat in. Hello. It's Ernie, the cat's name, isn't it? There he is. Lovely wee cat.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
No, it seems like
it's
she's okay about
I'm
that.
just so happy she's here. We've
Come
got
to look
show this
after
cat
him.
some real love.
Yeah.
She's been through more than we can even imagine.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Those kittens. The poor kittens.
Poor fur. Richard, we have to give Ernie a haircut, okay?
Ernie! Oh, here we go. Get rid of this. Go away, thing, whatever that is.
Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No, I mean...
I don't think,
he's told
yeah.
her.
And you're just letting that be?
He hasn't.
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
He
She
hasn't.
lost her mother a year ago. You
So
know
obviously
that,
the
right?
story's gone from that kind of,
What does that have to do
where you
with...
felt like,
Do we have her
why are you
telephone
treating him
number?
like this? You know,
No.
to now you're like,
Check the
oh,
book.
what's been going on?
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey,
What's been going on? So what is this part of things? Are we now got more machinery next to his bed?
Oh my god, you're an idiot.
About what? Oh, it's okay now. Why?
You do realize this is really nothing special to me.
Nothing special
I've seen
to
this
you.
all before.
Okay.
I was
Nothing
thinking
special.
about what you said in the story the other day
Oh, are you?
and how I reacted to it.
This is going to be stay here again.
Kind of bad.
Just
I
says stay
shouldn't
here
have done
again.
that.
No, probably not, but you know, it's kind of understandable.
Hey, what are you looking at?
The stars.
Don't look up there. Look at me.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
talking to you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I want to give you something,
I'm sorry.
but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is.
What is it?
So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you, and I'm gonna leave.
Okay, that's fine.
Close your eyes now.
I wonder what that
okay?
could be. What was it? Dear weird neighbor kid, you are my first love. Love, Chloe. It's a message you wanted to see, wasn't it? What's all this? Why is there now a line? Piano's playing. She's playing
What is
her,
that?
her tune.
It's something new I'm working on.
A new version.
So you're writing again.
Yay!
Ah, it's just a melody that came to me.
That's
It
good
feels
if she's
to
keeping on
play.
top of doing it. She's getting back into it.
Yeah, well, that would make sense. But do you like
I
it?
suppose it would.
I mean, yeah. I love everything you
Suppose
do.
it would.
What do you like about it?
The music.
This old trap.
Go on.
He likes the music.
I'm waiting.
Well, it made me feel like if the unspeakable darkness I'm carrying can be so well expressed, maybe it's not so unspeakable.
Maybe. What is it?
Nailed it, didn't I?
Yeah. I mean, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. What's going on around here? The world is starting to disappear. And now everything's... Press that button, it's done nothing. Doesn't want to eat. That's really noisy. Like, the motion's a lot slower, we can't even reach for the thing anymore.
I know. It's okay, Benny, I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe.
That noise was getting a bit much.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller.
We're in the tower, are we?
If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories.
And sometimes the words aren't the most important thing, you know?
Words and stories. I think they may be
Sometimes
overrated.
the grandness of the words is the least of your worries.
I know just
It's
what
a story that they tell.
Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her,
Is it going to be his mum?
You'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready.
Alright, yeah, you go get ready. What are you going to do?
Don't worry. We got this.
Okay. Nice place. It's gone from nighttime to daytime, so... retreat. The tree. What exactly is he doing? The water. A little hook. And some fish. Are you doing anything? Or are you just kneeling down? Ooh, it's like a weird horned cat.
There she is.
Hello.
Wish me luck.
Some sort of cyclops. Oh no, it's 3 eyes. It's like a cyclops cat, but no, that's an extra eye.
Before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old. That means she's ready to hear your story.
Do I have to do it all again? Do I have to tell it all
I
again?
never told you how much I love
There's the cat. Yeah.
It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is
Yeah.
such an interesting.
So it's his writing that was the real thing that was driving.
My
Yeah.
only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much.
Why not? What was wrong with him?
So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for
She's
you,
wrote me a story.
which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn.
Is this the story we're telling the cat?
Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father
The metronome
in
stopped.
a small town by the sea.
Let's hear what she's got to
His
say.
mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire year.
Let's hear her story. It's only
In that
fair.
year, he began to worry that he hadn't lived enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live.
Yeah.
Which only made him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home.
It's a sad
with
story.
life and joy and promise. How he met a girl, his neighbor, who felt all alone in the world and made her feel okay again. And how, even when he was sick, he still gave his parents hope.
Give them hope.
How he reminded them exactly who they were after they had almost forgotten. So when he knew he was going to go,
He's
it
happy.
was okay. Because he'd already lived a great life. A full life.
Don't know about the last sentence, but okay.
And he was everything he needed to be. Just as he was.
The music was just a little bit louder than the speech there, but the only complaint I have, and it's not, doesn't really deter from the game that much.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed.
Keep my eyes closed.
Why is he smiling like that?
Oh
It
god.
must be somewhere that he likes.
Not really. There we go, before your eyes. That was a really nice game. It was a really nice game. And interesting because of obviously the direction it was kind of taking, you know, initially. It felt like it was just a kind of story, and this kid had gone against what was kind of wished for him to kind of forge his own way, obviously, in the world. As it turned out, it wasn't that, but it was interesting that it was the story he kind of wanted to tell about himself. And then we find out what it's kind of really about. A really, really good game. I really liked that.